We are about to see Titans versus Giants. So the Giants today are the 4th seed after an excellent season. Titans dropped off the sacks, which you just saw. So this is it, the quarterfinal for the national championship. And we are up and running. Scott has just stepped out because he's getting us tasty, tasty warm brews for up here on our little ledge. So it will just be my little, just my wee voice for the next little while. So thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. It's the second game of 6 that we'll be showing today, and Sarah Ulhak at quarterback is on the Titans offense as we head into this quarterfinal round. Keep the comments coming in. We do love seeing them, and we want to know where you're watching from. And yeah, kind of what you're doing today. So keep in touch and follow along with us on the stream as we watch third down across the middle. Lovely pitch and catch there. So second down here. Player to watch on the Sheffield defense. Right in the middle here, corner number 21. It's Tanya Boyce. She's had a terrific season for Sheffield, being named their game day MVP numerous times. So one to keep an eye on the centre of that defense. You'll see her communicating a lot as we get to goal line try here. As Sarah looks wide, and it's in and oh, absolutely gorgeous turn there by Kenya Peters right on the goal line. 6-0, and she's rewarded with a trot off and a high five from Coach Alan Mead. And the Titans starting the game incredibly strong. You see this 1-point try from a nice tight bunch formation, and it's in and out of the hands. That was number 5. Lucy Lowlands was the intended target there. But 6-0 to the Manchester Titans. And for the first time today, we'll see the Sheffield offense. Key to this defense, to this offense here in the slot currently is number 1. That's Bex Dex. Well, you've got Amber Cram also out there on the right-hand side. Another good season from Amber Cram. And obviously at quarterback, Emma Bowman will be moving back up the field. So, second down. Bowman with the clap. She's looking that way towards her players. It's across. I think the blitz maybe just impacted that play there. Emily Massey will be putting the pressure on Bowman for the afternoon. Emma Bowman's dad watching from West Sussex. Go Giants. Thank you for joining us, Russell. Hopefully you've been enjoying the coverage and you'll enjoy this game. And also, in big news after my monologue, Scott McDonald is back in the booth, looking caffeinated.
That's the first coffee run of the day during games done. We are being pressured by Stream Sport, Stuart Anderson, to be closer to the mic, so our lips are almost touching.
Oh, that's a sack.
Oh, it's a great sack.
Oh, no, it's called incomplete. What do we know? What do we know?
I mean, either way, it's a turnover.
Massey, you've been hard done by there. I think that was a sack. But
so here we go. While we've got a wee break and play, how do we feel about the away kits?
Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. And,
Clean.
a lot of fanfare about them. They were made by Nuola, so who will be giving out the tournament MVP jersey later on.
Yes.
It's important to note that is different from our MVP. We have not been given an opinion on the official tournament MVP.
No.
So
That goes down to the referees.
that goes down to the referees who are covering all the games. They will basically vote on the MVP of each game. Whichever player gets the most votes over the course of the day will be given the MVP jersey created by Nuola.
Which you have to say favours the team that could potentially make a run.
Yeah. More games, more potential votes. As we see Tika take the ball there. You can see on screen the lovely jersey that is up for grabs as the Manchester offence trot out for third down.
Great collection. Great collection of the snap from Sarah. Hits her receivers in the chest, and the ball hits the deck. Okay. So Manchester obviously riding high off their win in the previous game, off their overtime win.
And they've come out strong. There's a lovely first drive for a touchdown there from.
I heard. Almost picked off by, is that Hannah? No, that was Bex, I think.
That was Bex, I think, and we'll see the Sheffield.
What brown hair on that defence?
We'll see Bowman come running back out to lead the second drive, and we're currently at 6-0 to Manchester.
Bowman with a pretty good season. 53 touchdowns in total. Yep. Spread fairly well, fairly evenly. You had Marta with 17, Bex with 16, Hannah with 9, Amber with 8. Like it's a balanced offense. You do not know who she's going to throw to at the start of the play. Interesting choice for Sheffield though. They do not have their leading receiver on the field for their offensive drives. She was on the field for the defensive, but they're obviously prioritizing and resting her where they can. Well,
as a blitzer, that was tense.
yeah. I mean, as a quarterback, that was a flag. Okay, so big play, 4th down. I mean, we know Emma has an arm. She can definitely reach halfway. But do you just give it to one of your receivers and let them do the work? Yes, she does. It's a
lovely tackle there by.
They defended with big blonde hair.
Yeah. That is showing you like the pace that if you get ball in hand with Bex, she will be able to unleash.
Over on the other field, I do believe it is still a 0-0 game. But not on this field.
Not on this field. Second touchdown.
You will see that in about 30 seconds.
Lovely long run there into the end zone, and we're getting together. We see this tight formation on the extra point try.
Yeah, I mean, as a quarterback, you love that. You throw a ball 5 yards, and then the receiver runs it in. Okay.
Katie Sykes there, the intended target, incomplete, sticking at 12.
Okay, so 12-0. Sheffield take over.
That is such disciplined blitzing there. Just to be able to drop off, recognizing that it could be a short little pitch.
Okay, so receiver turning their head before catching the ball, not locating the ball, and then dropping the ball.
I'm so good at that.
Oh, you are unbelievable at that. So, 4th and long situation once again. Manchester dropping deep, not too fussed about anything short. Yeah, that's a weird one then.
3rd down. You were wrong. Oh, loose! Definitely
Okay.
a first down. Tackle made.
First down though.
Tackle made. What you love to see by the blitzer.
Aye, coming all the way back. Okay.
Good hustle.
The Manchester's defense surprised me because they're just deep on 3rd down. And you know what that can lead to? Big open run.
Big open runs.
Okay.
Bowman is beginning to warm up.
Yeah.
This is what we do
Bowman
sometimes
be
see.
bowling.
This is what we do sometimes see from in the quarterfinals. You get the team that has come in cold. They are the higher seed. They are ranked. They are of league performance the better team.
Yep.
But they start cold. We saw this. The quarterfinal round of the mixed leagues earlier in the year was probably the closest round of games that there were.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is not something that is unusual. Obviously, in the regular season, you want to do as well as you can and you get the bye, but it does mean that you can come up against a team who are running in hot, like the Titans after an emotional win in overtime. So we're now starting to see the Giants flex those offensive muscles and head down the field. That's Amber Cram on her own on the right-hand side. Bex Dex again.
Good disciplined tackling from Manchester, though. You don't see many missed tackles, apart from the big run.
No. So hi to everyone in the comments. Welcome Aaron. Welcome Becky. Welcome Katie. Glad to have you with us. As that's wide open. No. I think she thought she'd scored before she'd scored. And that's gonna lead to a turnover on downs.
Did a Bez.
Her hands are on her head, tightening up the battle braid, and the Manchester offense will come back on for their third.
So here you go, though. If you're on defense now, you need to wipe that play from your memory.
Yep.
And go back in.
And you know what?
It's either a good thing or a bad thing. Like, it either gives you no time to think about it, or you're only thinking about
She's isolated on one side by herself, so you get an immediate opportunity to cover somebody out of the game and make yourself feel better.
Which she did.
Over on the other game, it is still Coventry Cougars 0, Leeds 0. Leeds are about 12 yards from the end zone with a first down. Looking to get the first score of that game.
You know one thing that Leeds do? Close games. Leeds do close games. I say this, and I will double check.
No, they do. They had a couple of blowouts. They were the 6th seed, but yeah, they're.
So the last game between Coventry and Leeds Samurai was 12-6 to Coventry. Close game.
Very close game, and all the way back in October as well. So both of these teams have matured since then. So here we go, back again. We've got third down and just a couple of yards. So potentially a shot here. Tika's coming across the middle. And she is the intended target. And it's in and out the hands of Tika. And that lands.
Just like they drew it up.
Just like they drew it up. Tipped lightly on to the center with great coordination to bring that ball in. Gets them a first down. And yeah, we're happy with an extra 5 yards into the end zone.
I do hope Northants Titans are not watching this game, because they got beaten on the last play of the game by 2 tipped plays in 2 different games. But this game that we're currently watching is actually a replay of the first game of the season, in which Sheffield ran out 20-19 winners.
They did. Oh, it was like that.
1 point game.
The
Game.
round 1 of the Northern playoffs was unbelievable. Sorry, the Northern group games. The first week, the games were played. I think they were played in Sheffield, and there was a tie, and then 2 close games between the 3 teams. Leeds were also there, so these teams know each other pretty well. Both teams have been around the block a number of times. Sheffield Giants finalists in their history, so this nice tight formation again. Levels concept. Both referees look at each other for the touchdown. We are happy with that. Tika got back up after sliding on the slippy ground. She's good, and that's another touchdown for the Ulhak to Tika combination. And that makes it 18-0 with an extra point to come.
You know what that makes it? That also makes it 18-0 to Sarah and Tika.
Yeah, it does do that. It does do that. Can anyone else join the club? We've got Tika isolated on the outside. But Sarah's looking at the other side. Short to the centre, just out of her reach, and a little bit short anyway, so it's going to stay at 18-0. So, there we go. Tika 4 MVP, the hashtag has already begun. Massey bouncing, waiting, referee blows the whistle in, and we are off and running. Straight over the middle into the gap, and oh, loose! Goodbye! You will not catch her!
The 20, the 10. Okay, so we have ourselves a ball game.
Amber Cam, we've mentioned her name a couple of times, and expecting a big play from her. There it goes. So immediately answering back this in the first half here.
Okay, and the XP is also complete. So we have a 18-7 ball game, still in the first half. This is more points than we've seen in the full of the last game. Okay, so we've got Manchester taking over, taking their time. No need to rush, they're up by 2 scores. Okay, so over on the other field, we do believe that the score is still 0-0. Leeds had an opportunity to score. They had first and goal from about the 12. Both as a result of a big play and a flag on the play. Gave them a little bit extra yardage. A little bit extra yardage, but they could not push it in. They got down to about the 3. And then stuttered. Still 0-0.
It's another shot. And I think Tika thought about popping her hands up there to go for the catch, but she knew her teammate was behind her.
Okay. So that's the referee confirming that the score is indeed 18-7. At the moment, still not confirming the time for us.
No, that was Katie Sykes on the catch there. Someone else having a good game. We've called her name a few times.
Doing a lot of the dirty work.
Yeah. Oh.
I think that's a catch.
That's a catch and a fumble.
Yep.
We're calling it incomplete.
No.
Nope.
We've got Rich on the right-hand side calling it
Quick
complete.
chat. I think Yubo. We're going to get a chance here for Dazzle Cam.
Oh. We are dazzling.
There you go. So for anyone who's new to the stream this year, the plural of a zebra is actually the collective noun for a zebra is a dazzle. So when the zebras get together, we like to highlight the Dazzle Cam. You'll be seeing that throughout the day.
Referees talking about very interesting technical things about a catch. And did she get 2 feet down? Did she take a football move? Was it 2 steps? All these things that referees
I don't
dream
think
about.
any of those terminologies are
It's
in the
not.
flag
It's really
or
not.
in the flag rules.
It's really
None
not.
of those things are real.
Doesn't stop the referees talking about them though.
So we have decided it was a catch and a fumble.
I think that is the correct decision.
I think that was the right decision. And over the middle, such sure hands from the Italian international there. They move the ball forward. 1 minute remaining. The big shout from our official gamekeeper, Yubo.
So yeah, so we've got a pretty good time for Manchester, really. They can take the time off. They don't have to worry about timeouts. It's really in Sheffield's hands as to whether they can keep the clock or not. But that will help Sheffield. I'll give them a little bit of time if Manchester score. Over on the other field, we are still 0-0, and there has been a couple of big plays back-to-back by Leeds, which left Coventry in a hole to try and get a score. However, back on this field, we have Manchester looking to lengthen their lead with a throw. Oh, great hands inside the 5, and that will bring up a turnover. Okay, so we've got 34 seconds for Sheffield to do something. It was a great throw, great catch. Probably great awareness by Sheffield, to be honest, to let her make the catch, make the tackle, don't do anything stupid, and just keep her out the end zone. Okay, so just over 30 seconds for Sheffield. They do have time, they don't have to worry too much, but that is a tackle inbounds, and clock's running. And Bowman signals to the head ref that she would like a timeout. Stop the clock, chat about the next play, so they don't rush into things. Okay, so we've got the Sheffield sideline bouncing. Quite literally bouncing. They are just trying to keep warm, I think, but they are jumping all over the place. Okay, Bowman getting the ball away, catch by Marta, and out of bounds. Ooh. Out of bounds just over the half, which will stop the clock, keep Sheffield in business, and they can conserve their second timeout if they still have it. So by my reckoning, that's probably still just over 20 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I think you'd be about right.
20 seconds, 1 timeout. I think you can run 3 plays here. 4 if you run them right. But you only need 1.
I think that hit the ground.
Yeah,
I think Massey got there.
I think it was a good tip.
The comment section's favourite blitzer making plays there. You don't have to sack the quarterback to have an impact on the game.
But it helps.
It does help.
Okay, substitution by the Sheffield offense.
And the Manchester defense.
They are going into prevent mode early, which is interesting. There's probably still 15 seconds left unless my internal clock is not great. Oh, a double pass play.
Over the middle, that's dangerous.
Oh.
And it's on the ground.
A lot of tippy-uppies in there.
So 37 seconds left on the other pitch. Leads of a first down. They
And
are
it's still
over.
0-0.
They're over halfway, and it's still nil. The 18-7. 18-7, yeah.
Look, if there's one things we do in Motherwell, it's close games.
Okay, so Bowman looking, not much time left, throwing back over the middle. Oh, glorious. And that's Amber Cam again, I think,
That is a touchdown.
into the end zone. And right on the stroke of halftime, the Giants punch back, and we're going to be a one-score game going into
Once again.
halftime.
What do we do here, Bez? We do close games.
I did shout Amber's name. I just want to make sure it was actually her.
I believe that it was
I think it was. Whoop, there's been a...
a timeout from Manchester, I believe. It looked like what Rich was signaling there. Tell you what. Okay, so just in the brief space that we have just now, both pitches are at a standstill. The Coventry Leeds game is about to commence, as are we. Okay, so Sheffield for the XP. Was an open receiver, however, too tight a window for Bowman to fit it in. So that leaves the score at 18-13. Very much a one connection game on both sides of the field, isn't it? You've got Sarah to Tika, and you've got Bowman to Amber.
I think, yeah, but there are game breakers on both sides.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
You know,
if either of those players go out, there's still players that
we've
step up.
We've spoken about Massey, we've spoken about Hayes. You know, Marta is obviously leading, actually leads the Giants. Hannah Soar, not really heard much from her today either. We've had Katie Sykes making a lot of nice plays over the middle and just kind of keeping things moving, even if it is Tika who's found the end zone. So this is halftime, and I believe it may also be halftime on the other pitch. Just coming out, I think. Yeah, so that's halftime on both pitches. So last time out we had a close game. We've got a close game now. We've had one game go to overtime, and we've got a 0-0 over on the other pitch. So it is all to play for these teams seeking a semi-final spot and the chance to play for a medal. So welcome back into our booth. Unfortunately, our glorious hangy-uppy thing behind us to make us look like we were somewhere relatively fancy has fallen down. So it is just going to be us here in the booth. But yeah, halftime. 18-13, one score in it.
Close games.
Yeah. What has impressed you so far?
Probably the quarterback consistency play, to be honest. Both quarterbacks have been pretty accurate. They've not been too dangerous with the balls. Put them in the right places, gave the receivers a chance. Obviously, Tika doing well on the kind of the Manchester side. And yeah, I think even when Tika's not making plays, there are other players that are.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think the underdogs are in with a shout here.
I think, yeah, you think you might be right. The underdogs are certainly not out of it. They lead 18-3. At the moment, the MVP race seems to be coming down to whoever's going to win this game because the statistical categories. And speaking of the MVP, earlier on we showed you the London Amazons and the Leeds Samurai. It was a brilliant game, close game, and the Way We HNC It MVP was awarded to Ruth Brazier. The quarterback of Leeds, and yeah, you can see her there once again. After I think she's won an MVP for Leeds every time that we've covered one of her games, or every event here. So she did tell me, I asked her at this point, I'm like, I really hope you do actually like Iron Brew and tea cakes, and she said, I love it, and I love coming to Scotland. So so that is good.
And we love having her here.
And we love having them here. So they are.
Always interesting games when she's playing. And talking about interesting games, there are two coming up afterwards as well.
There are the semi-finals coming up afterwards. It's going to be the first time that we get to see the number 1 seed East Kilbride Pirates, who we believe will be on this pitch. However, the way that the scheduling has gone so far today, we will find out at the same time you do at home, good people of flag football. And then we will see the Coventry Panthers potentially in their Tango Ice Blast uniforms.
I believe they are. I've seen a couple dotted about. But obviously, as it is a straight bracket, we will have East Kilbride Pirates versus the winner of this game.
The winner of this game. So good scouting report if you're going to be here for the entire day. Leeds have trotted back out onto the other pitch. Coventry are coming out to join them. The Giants are coming out onto the pitch, and Manchester will not be far behind. So we'll take you back to the pitch and get ready for a fantastic second half of football here at Motherwell, brought to you by the Way We HNC It. So Sheffield, after a great strike to end the first half, are immediately back on offense and immediately making ground over the middle as Marta drags the catch in there on a lovely route across the middle, and we are up and running with a 6-yard gain. So another an incompletion there, and we're going to move on to third down as we get ready to move the ball, matriculate the ball downfield. Oh, I think the defender there just did enough to put Backstacks off as we return 18-13, fourth down for the Giants, looking to get to halfway. Titans defense feeling well rested.
Okay, so here we go. The Coventry Panthers are waiting to see their fate. They will obviously play the winner of the Leeds-Coventry game, which is currently 0-0. But they will be hoping to see Leeds, I believe, because during the season, they were the only team that are still in it that they beat reasonably comfortably. It was a 32-12 win for Coventry Panthers compared to when they played Coventry Cougars, which was a 13-0 win on the first game of the season. And the Cougars have only gotten better since. On the other side of the bracket, if either of these teams make it, it was a 20-all draw with Manchester Titans. And a 33-32 win against the Giants.
We love close games.
We love close games.
So we had a turnover and downs there. Sarah's back in on first down.
Oh, good,
Just
strong hands.
good hands.
And a flag thrown by Rich
a flag
McKeown.
coming in.
Okay, that will be pass interference on the defense.
Contact on the defense. 10 yards. I mean, when the wide receiver shakes her head and says, I'm not so sure about that, you have to wonder. But he's a very experienced referee. He saw what he saw. So we're going to march forward the Titans 10 yards as they've already marched out to a 5-point lead.
Over on the other field, we do have loud noises coming from the lead sideline as they make a big play to just get over first. And on this field, we have a big play to just get over first.
The thing I like about I love watching this Manchester team. Like, Sarah just seems to be in complete control of her offense. It's very impressive.
Yeah, you never really see her kind of...
Doesn't look flustered.
Never looks
Doesn't
flustered.
flap around. Doesn't
Always
have to
looks fairly
scramble.
calm. I think I've seen her shout at Alan Mead once, and Alan Mead went very quiet very quickly. It's obviously not something that she or he is used to, and neither knew what to do afterwards. But...
Well, we're going deep.
Oh!
Intercepted. That's Marta, and she takes the knee. She takes the knee slide just inside the end zone. There's a flag down and a signal that I did not recognize
I honestly
from
didn't
the
see
referee, but it looks like we are marching forward.
Do you can you replicate the signal for me? Yep. Nope.
Yep. Nope. Scott looks as confused as I felt. So
No, nobody else needs to see that.
nobody else needs to see what just happened. Imagine a swan with a broken wing. That's roughly what happened there.
The last time I saw anything like that, it was with Bez at 2 a.m. in a nightclub.
I'm a great dancer. Still 0-0 on the other game. We've had a couple of interceptions, a couple of turnovers, and sacks. So it seems to be a good day for the blitzers over there, but not a great day for the offense.
Hands.
So we've moved ourselves on. And we are second in goal for Manchester. They appear to be just inside the no-run zone. So if we're going to score, we'll have to pass. A tight formation. Horseshoe on defense. Play clock running down.
I think Sarah, in these short yardage situations, her go-to player does seem to be Ash.
But over the back.
That looked...
I think that's okay. I think the defender was looking at the quarterback.
Oh, I think I disagree with that. I think the defender was doing what she could to get in the way of the receiver, and she was not looking at the quarterback or the ball until the last second. But, offensive, defensive players, we don't tend to agree.
Defense loyal. There's a cornerback sitting also along this ledge who is nodding her head along with me. So, and the referees agree. So, take that, quarterback. As Sarah looks, and it's thrown. It's back to the back of the end zone, and it's batted down into the dirt. There was a whole bunch of players there.
What is it you say? If it's not flagged, it's legal.
Yeah, if the referee doesn't call it, then it's okay. So Coventry are first and goal. So Sheffield defense holding on. Oh, fantastic. She had been tackled, but knew to stop just shy of the first, save 3 downs, and that is the difference that Marta Matthews can make. Haven't really had to call her name much, but be very, very prepared. If she gets warm in the second half,
I don't think she's played. Well, she definitely hasn't played all the snaps on offense. No. So she's been primarily defense today. So it's just a.
If they decide that she's going to start playing, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She definitely can break games. So we will see. They do need it now. So.
So that is a Cougars touchdown. The cheering you can probably hear coming through the microphone. That is a Cougars touchdown over on the other pitch. So 6-0 to the Cougars with an extra point to come as Sheffield are driving towards us looking for a score to take the lead.
Okay, so I've got to butcher this name, but Ramoon. They've asked why we're not showing Cougars playing. We are trying to show as many different teams on the stream as we can. Given the fact that we had already shown Leeds, the game was changed so that we could show 2 new teams on this field.
There's a chance that we'll pick up the Cougars later on. They are, regardless of the result in this game, they'll have more games to play. So we might pick them up later on. The schedule that we posted last night was apparently not what was actually going to happen today. So we are finding out our game assignments along with you. So bear with us. We'll give you as much audio coverage as we can. But the live stream today is pitch 1. So we will cover whatever is put on pitch 1. So XP no good on that pitch. So 6-0 to the defending champs as Leeds now have the ball. And we are looking at second down for Bowman.
Stack formation. You don't see much of that. Oh.
And I think that if that play had developed, Amber Cam was going to come free over the middle.
As per usual.
Yeah. So we are now looking in on...
You know what class I've always liked you? He's basically just disagreed with Bez. That's absolutely fine.
Definitely legal. Okay, third down. Strong to the right. She's looking. It's Amber Cam, and it's in her hands. Cam as you like, 44. Touchdown. Three touchdowns for Tika, 3 touchdowns for Amber Cam. So
tell you what, the MVP race, somebody wants an Iron Brew in this game.
So that is Giants 1 point up.
What do we do here? Close games.
Close games.
We do close games. That is Manchester using a timeout because they were not sure where people were meant to be on defense.
Good discipline, good understanding. You know, if you're not ready, it's a big game. It's a knockout game.
It could come down to 1 point, so this could be huge come the end of the game.
Yeah. So, gives the Giants a good chance to have a chat.
It also gives them a chance to come up with a better play, so not ideal from a defensive point of view.
Early to be using your timeouts, we think. But, hey, I mean, if they get the stop here, then it's all worth it, right? Hindsight being 20/20, but could all be worth it. So over on the other field, Leeds are driving. They're down to maybe 15 yards out and looking for a tying score. So unfortunately, the referee was not in position. That's why you're seeing that play blown dead. So we're going to have attempt number 3 at this extra point.
Reminder, Sheffield do have timeouts if they want to use them.
Sheffield have the timeouts if they want to do them. So over on the left side of the offense, we've got Amber and Marta. What a route by Marta, by the way. It's up and it's Beck's decks. That's a catch.
Can she catch it? Yes, she can.
That's Beck's decks, but close.
Oh, damn it.
But close.
That's fine. We'll come back to that one. Everyone forget that you heard that.
So
Okay, so here we go. 18-20.
18-20.
2-point game. Close game once again. Manchester take over.
Crucially,
going for it all early.
Crucially, it's 2 extra points that have been successful. 2 extra points that have been successful.
XP's win games.
To be here. We have a question in from Laura. Is the schedule accurate still or somewhat delayed? So the order of the games is correct, but because of the extra point shootout earlier on, we are a little bit behind. You are currently watching the Cup quarter-final. Following this will be the Plate semi-final, which will be the 2 losing teams from earlier on in the wildcard round versus the 2 losing quarter-final teams here. So at the moment, we think that it would be Leeds and Manchester dropping into the Plate. But yeah, the order is accurate.
Probably about 20 minutes behind, I would say.
The games that are actually on your camera, we don't know. And we didn't know who was going to be in the Plate anyway, because obviously it relied on results. But no. Good question. Keep them coming in. We love you guys having a conversation with us. And being part of the whole event. So we're going to be here until 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock tonight. So please make sure you keep in touch. And
send your thoughts and prayers in the comments.
Didn't bring any lozenges.
T's and P's.
It's usually my go-to. Okay, so Manchester stalling a little bit on offense. 3rd down here. Oh, wow.
If it's...
So sorry, I was wrong. That was 4th down. So we're going to see the Sheffield offense, and they are coming running.
They're wanting to put some daylight on this game.
They've got a buzz about them. They are exciting.
Momentum's all with them now.
Yep. Probably just want to hold on to the ball.
Yep. Nothing stupid. Walk the ball down the field, take as much time off the clock, and score. It's a simple game when you think about it, really. Okay. So short completion to Bex.
Lovely moves.
Yeah. Harry, we do not have a game clock up in the booth, but we are probably fairly close to the 2-minute warning. We are currently focusing on keeping the stream alive, never mind the game clock.
Yeah.
But good play.
Massive shout out to Mr. Anderson on stream support. Make sure you send some heart-shaped emojis into the comments, and you need to cuddle. So if you've got cuddle gifs, send them in onto the stream. We had a bit of a nightmare earlier on. Console Wi-Fi caused us some problems, but hopefully we're back up and running, and we're watching the Giants offense drive towards the Manchester Titans end zone in this quarter-final. And that is a pass breakup by the blitzer. They all count.
Here's the thing, that's not a pass breakup, that's a drop.
How dare you? How dare you? Emma Massey getting herself in the way there. And they are.
Blitzers really are the kickers of flag.
You guys just don't understand the nuance, right? The nuance of being a good blitzer. You guys do not understand as we watch Bowman looking, and she's got Amber
shot.
again. There's a hand fighting there. Yeah, there's a flag comes
that's
in
a
late.
late flag. I don't know if that's for contact or if that is for something that was said afterwards. So they've got contact on the defense. Okay.
I think that's the one you have to talk about.
I think that's correct.
I think that is probably the right call.
Look, I would rather the refs threw a flag, spoke about it, took What did that
Took the
take?
time.
5 seconds? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't break up the game. Like, I think that's the correct decision in the end.
So contact fouls in flag football give an automatic first down. So you can see the spot is now about the 12-yard line. So that will be first and goal, as we have a safety on the other pitch. So that game will go to 6-2 to the Cougars, and Leeds are about to get the ball. As we watch Emma look straight across the middle.
Well, there's one thing we know. Was that 96 coming across the field there? So that is Hannah Soar, I believe. Yeah? So you know she was never scoring because her name's not Amber Cam. Okay, we're on the 6-yard line. Still able to run if needed. And once again, goes to a surefire target of their leading receiver. And that'll bring the score to 18-26. Now, this is a big play. This could put it to a 2-score game.
So, yeah, we're going to go for 1. Manchester like to go bunch out of this.
They do, but they're not on offense. So Sheffield are going to try and replicate that by going into trips. The good thing with
a lot of movement. Here we go.
Good thing with trips is you can pretty much guarantee what defense.
Oh, unlucky. That was 86. Was the target there? That's Jasmine.
Jasmine.
So we have 18-26 to the Giants. Woman with 4 touchdowns.
I think I read that as 96 earlier, so apologies. I gave Hannah a catch instead of Jasmine.
Okay, so 3.5 minutes left in the game.
Okay.
3.5 minutes.
Okay.
Quick pop off to Tika.
Quick tackle by Tanya.
Boys, sure-handed in the middle of the pitch there. Not had to call her name a huge amount, but she is a major part of that defense.
Yep, she is the leading tackler with 57 tackles on the year. Close race between her and Hannah, though. 57 to 53.
See Hannah over there on the left-hand side.
Yep. Usually plays safety, so she'll just be sweeping up whatever comes her way.
Oh, athletic and a first down.
Oh, I think they've called it short.
We've called it just short.
Okay, that probably helps Manchester, to be honest.
Yes,
Gives them at least one pop.
The line on the carpet is not actually the line on the for halfway, so apologies.
I know if anyone suggests that Stuart Anderson pops in a fancy yellow line for the line to gain,
he might cry.
he might quit.
Next year.
Next year, we've got 2 cameras and yellow lines and different views.
So on the other pitch, there was a long discussion about whether the safety was going to count. It has been given. It is 6-2. Leeds are going to take over the ball, 4 points down, but there will now. We're going to assume that there will be a bit of a delay. That game will be behind this one now, so we'll see what we can do towards the end. So Sarah, with all the time, looks for her centre who takes the ball in, and that is a massive gain on first down. And that's Ash Miller with the catch there. So a sideways snap. Surprise. And an interception thrown. First down.
That could almost.
That could ice it. There was
the game.
3.5 minutes at the start of the drive.
Probably be close to the 2-minute warning. Manchester need a stop early.
And yeah, turnover.
Yep.
Or are you burning your timeouts now?
I think I'd consider it. I'd probably let them run one play and then
8 points.
make a decision from there.
8 points in it. We'll be approaching the 2-minute warning. When we hear the shout, we will let you know.
Obviously, if Sheffield score, that is the game. Oh. Oh!
I think we're going to...
We are letting that run. No flags.
I think the hand on our flag belt maybe maneuvered her into the Titans player there. So referees are happy just to
let the players play.
Allow this one to keep going. Clock will be winding down. We've got our head ref looking at the watch.
No rush from Sheffield, obviously.
Quite happy just to let this one.
Once again, another one-score game we're in, and a one-score game on the other field. Yep. Looks like it's 4th down and half for Leeds, with a fair way to travel. We're getting heckled by one of the young children
in
the area. Motherwell young team.
It's a massive interception in that game. Coventry take the ball, turn the ball over, and have returned it to almost the 5-yard line. So it looks like we're going to get to see
Coventry semi.
The Battle of Coventry in the semi-final is the way it's shaken up.
The Battle of the Gradient Uniforms.
So over here, there's a discussion between the Zebras and the Manchester team. So we'll just wait for the game to get back up and running. There was a flag thrown on the interception by Coventry. It looks like the defense for Coventry are staying on the field, so I think they might expect that to come back. It has done.
An automatic first down, that is huge.
So contact penalty on the Coventry defense, which means that Leeds still have the ball down 4 points. And a run play to almost gain the first down. Will be about 4 yards short for Sheffield. Inbounds, the clock is still running, and Sheffield look like they're going to be able to close this one out.
Okay, so just to clarify what happened on the other field, it was contact on the quarterback. So that will negate the pick, give Leeds a new set of downs, and give them back a lifeline. Okay, and that is the game on this field.
That is the game. So Sheffield will move on to the semi-final. They didn't seem to know it. We didn't seem to know it. Didn't really hear the shout for the 2-minute warning, but that is okay. So the end of the game, we've got the Manchester Titans, the 8th seed, will fall into the plate with 18, and the Giants victorious with 26. And we'll now watch the handshake lines. Manchester's season and their hunt for a national championship will end, but they will still be in it for the plate. So there's a chance that we can see them later on as we get ready. On the other field, there's still a lengthy discussion going on. So we're going to continue to stay with Manchester and Sheffield because, Mr. McDonald, I'm about to have to ask you the question that I know you hate. It is for the game MVP of the day.
Okay, so first half, Tika ran away with it. Second, yeah, pretty much, yeah, lots of times, got the ball, ran away with it. Second half, Amber Cam ran away with it. And then towards the end of the second half, the ball started getting spread about. It was a bit more kind of balanced. So, could go to anyone, Bez. Could almost go to anyone out of probably 4 players.
So you're the Way We HNC It MVP for this quarterfinal will be?
It's going to be the Giants QB, Bowman.
Bowman, yes, congratulations to her. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions on the day. And we will see them in the semi-final where they will take on the number 1 seed East Kilbride Pirates. Those 2 teams played just a couple of weeks ago, and we'll see how they get on. So we are going to take a very, very quick break, and we will come back and we'll keep you in touch in the comments with the score on the other game. We just need to do some tech stuff, so we're going to throw up the holding screen. And yeah, we'll keep you in. So stay on the stream, keep an eye on the comments. Leeds are driving with the ball, and we'll see how we can bring you the result of that game as soon as we can. So go make a cup of tea, and we'll see you soon.